Ethan was just an ordinary boy living in a small town. A place where dreams were small, and expectations were even smaller. Every day, he looked at the world outside his window and imagined a life far bigger than his reality. But the world around him didn't believe in dreams. They believed in limits. His family told him, "You need a safe future, not big dreams." His friends laughed when he talked about success. But Ethan stayed quiet. Because deep inside, something refused to give up. At night, while everyone slept, he read books about success, business, and greatness. And slowly, a fire started growing inside him. A fire that would change everything. One night, Ethan stood in front of the mirror. He looked at himself, deeply, and asked one question. If I don't change my life, who will? That moment changed everything. The next morning, Ethan made a decision. No more excuses. No more waiting. He woke up early every day. He started running before sunrise. Then he studied skills that the world pays for. He learned online. He failed. He tried again. Again, and again, and again. People laughed even more now. They said, "He's wasting his time." But Ethan didn't listen anymore. Because he wasn't building a hobby. He was building a future. Months passed. Slowly, things started changing. Ethan began taking small online jobs. At first, the money was very small, just a few dollars. But to Ethan, it was not about money. It was about proof. Proof that he could win. He worked late nights. He sacrificed sleep. He kept improving his skills every single day. Failure became normal. But quitting was never an option. Then one day, everything shifted. He landed a big client. Then another. And another. His life started transforming. The same people who laughed at him now stayed silent. Because Ethan was no longer the boy they knew. Ethan's confidence grew, but his heart stayed humble. He didn't forget where he came from. Instead, he decided to give back. He created a mentorship program for young dreamers. People just like he once was. And one day, Ethan stood on a massive stage. Thousands of people were watching him. He took a deep breath and said, "My journey didn't start with success. It started with belief when nothing made sense." The crowd stood up. Applause filled the entire hall. But Ethan knew the truth. This was not the end. This was only the beginning. Ethan didn't just build success. He built impact. People started noticing his journey. Not because it was easy, but because it was real. He began sharing his story online. Simple videos. Honest words. Real struggles. And something unexpected happened. Thousands of people started connecting with him. Because Ethan wasn't pretending to be perfect. He was showing the truth of the process. From failure to growth to progress. Messages started coming in from all over the world. "Your story changed my life. I finally started believing in myself." And for the first time, Ethan realized his pain had a purpose. One evening, Ethan stood alone after a big event. The lights were off. The crowd was gone. Only silence remained. He looked back at everything he had been through. The struggle. The rejection. The long nights. The doubts. And he smiled. Because every moment was worth it. He whispered to himself, "You don't need a perfect start. You just need to start." The camera zooms out. Ethan is no longer just a dreamer. He is proof that ordinary people can build extraordinary lives. And his journey continues. Ethan stood on that stage, looking at thousands of people watching him. The same world that once doubted him was now listening to him. He smiled and said nothing at first, just a moment of silence. Then he spoke. "Don't wait for permission to change your life. Create it. Because success is not about where you start. It's about who you refuse to become along the way. And in that moment, his journey